That was the moment that I was like, okay, I gotta figure out some hacks here when the kids are at the park.
Has your kid ever disappeared from your view?
All right, y'all, we decided to take the kids to the park here in the Dominican Republic. Let's see if I can actually keep up with them.
Where is he?
Real quick before we get into today's video, if you like this type of content, please subscribe, like, and let me know in the comments below. I'm trying to reach more people who this might help. We try to build this family, so much appreciated. Thank y'all. Let's get into it. Looks like we got the park to ourselves. This was not planned, so I'm super excited about that. What am I stepping on?
So I know every parent is gonna feel me with this. Has your kid ever disappeared from your view?
Going to the park with other kids, other people can be super intimidating, super scary, especially when you can't see them perfectly as they're running up and down places, getting in between other kids, all that, right?
That gives me anxiety. That is terrifying for me. I wanna make sure these kids are safe and that nobody is too close to my babies. Like, going to the park with your kids should be mad fun, should be a simple type of experience, right? But do you ever think about how much you rely on your eyes to keep them safe? If your kids are anything like mine, they are running top speed, they're going everywhere, they're feeling free, and they're happy. But for me, as somebody who's fighting my vision loss,
I got that on
the
camera.
things that like really drive me crazy, y'all. The feeling of being helpless, even if it's for a second or two, it hurts, man. It hurts.
What, Daddy?
You good?
Mm-hmm.
You going to the ship? All right.
Yeah.
Let me know when y'all get there. When you get there, call me, all right? Now I found some shade. Let me tell y'all the scariest moment I had with my son at the park. So one time, I want to say he was like 4. This is definitely before we started, spending a lot of time here in DR. This is back in Jersey. And there were so many kids at this park this one day. Like, he would go up on the slides and there were so many kids I couldn't find him, right? Because I would see him go up and then essentially lose him as he's going up to where the slide is. And I'd wait for him to get down. This particular time, I was not seeing him come down. I'm seeing a whole bunch of other kids come down and I'm like, where did this kid go? Where did this kid go? So I start moving around, looking for him, calling him, Kai, Kai, Kai. And I'm not hearing him. I'm looking around, calling him. I think it might have been another dad. Another dad said, hey, is this your son? And I was like, Kai? And he's like, Daddy. He ran to me. He was like crying or scared, but it's not that I was far. It's just, I think we were going, like doing circles around the park trying to find each other because maybe I didn't get to the slide in time. That was definitely one of the scariest moments. That moment, I just hugged him. I think we went home after that because it just made me feel so bad. That was the moment that I was like, okay, I gotta figure out, some hacks here when the kids are at the park. It was me and him alone, and man, I don't think I'll ever forget that because his face and him crying at the park and me just feeling so bad, man. Oh my gosh, the worst.
Daddy, we're here.
One thing that I like to do at parks when I got the kids with me is like, let them know beforehand, yo, when I call you, please respond, please say something. So they know. Usually if I say, hey Lonnie, where are you?
I'm here.
All right, cool. So as long as I know that they understand that, I know we're in a good situation because at least I could keep up with them better from that standpoint. So if you're a parent with vision loss, you'll feel me with this one. Just having a good like call and response system in place is a huge help. Where y'all at?
We're here, Daddy. We're here right next to you. Let's come.
Which way we going? One thing that makes me feel comfortable is, of course, my Suzubushi right here, my white cane, because instead of worrying about knocking into kids, running into people, at least I have some sort of barrier that one will, be between me and those other people. But also I know if there's a dip or a step up, I'll be okay because I'll be able to feel it out. You know what I mean? Even posts and stuff like that, bro. Like, look at this pole. Almost took me out, y'all. This pole almost took me the F out, bruh.
Wolfpack.
One thing that I've walked into a lot has been like monkey bars and Even like the swing sets and stuff like that, because I ain't that tall, I'm like 6 foot, but man, my head be knocking into all types of stuff at parks. So that's one thing that I wish a white cane kind of protected you better from, is stuff that your head could hit. The funniest thing I've ever heard was from my mobility instructor. Her name's Batia. Shout out to Batia, yo. I don't know if she'll ever see this, but when I asked her on our first training, actually it was our second training, it's like, hey, you know, obviously the cane goes on the ground. What can I do to protect my head? She literally told me either pick up my cane when I suspect something, right? Which, okay, I can feel that. Or she said, just make sure I always have a hat on with a brim. And I'm like, if that's the best that we got, after all these years of white cane use, we gotta do better, y'all. If y'all have any tips on how to avoid knocking your head into stuff as you're using a white cane, holla at me, yo. I wanna know. What is it?
A teacher.
A
Margarita.
a chicha?
No,
A seesaw.
Seesaw, margarita.
Hey, but before we keep going, y'all, I gotta thank the fam. Humongous shout outs to Kia. Shout out to my boy Music. And shout out to Jeff Philosopher. These guys have been so supportive of the channel. They comment, they show love, and I love y'all. So that is this week's fam shout out. We're gonna be doing it every video, all right? One thing also, in speaking about just having really good communication with your kids, is, yo, when they go to a different section, or when they want to go to a different section of the park that is away from you, let you know first. Because, you know, right now we're in an open park. It's not too many other people here besides us. But, you know, I also have my wife here with me. But if I was by myself with them, having them tell me, hey, daddy, we want to go over here, not just run there by themselves, has been, like, that is huge for my comfort level. That's why we got to have certain things in place for us, you know, as we're at the park. You know, take care of our kids, because, yo, our kids deserve to be at the park. For them to be able to do it, for me to feel comfortable, you know, being here with them, I'm just grateful for that. It's a really beautiful park, though. She's done, right?